So about 4 years ago, there was a lot of independent activity going on here in Ajo, all related to the food system. There were community gardening groups and backyard gardeners starting, and people raising chickens. Everybody was doing what they were doing independently. Our organization was working on culinary entrepreneurship. And the Community Foundation of Southern Arizona put out a request for proposals around collaboration and took us through, many of us, many nonprofits, through a process of thinking about what we could collaborate on. So in Ajo, our multiple groups came together and decided that if we worked together, we had a real chance of transforming the whole food system in Ajo and creating a local food system for the first time, really.
I'm Fran Driver, CEO of Desert Sonita Community Health Center, and I'd like to thank the Community Foundation of Southern Arizona for all their generosity. With the Desert Sonita Community Health Center, we focus on the gardens and nutrition and a behavioral health aspect within the garden. So what we do with our employees is we have a WIC garden for our WIC clients. Your funds help support the garden promotor for the school, which you'll see in another segment of this recording. And then we also have an employee garden out back in the dental center. In addition to that, we almost have the behavioral health healing labyrinth completely planted. So soon, within this winter, we'll have that whole program up and running.
Melanie Daniel. I work here at the health center. My jobs are I'm at the WIC office and outreach, but more importantly, I get the opportunity to work with the local gardens. And one of our programs we have going is the school garden. We've been able to get pre-K through 7th grade, so all of elementary school comes and sees me throughout the week. Now, every week, the same lesson plan is done age appropriately from beginning to end, from pre-K to 7. We've been able to go over the parts of the plant. We did a small test on them with them this past week, and they did wonderfully. So they're really getting the information. We're doing science in the garden setting. They come out of their classroom in a different setting, learn things that they didn't know before, or if they were taught it, they didn't retain it.
I'm Jane Cannon from Desert Sonita Community Health Center, and we are one of the partners of Ajo Regional Food Partnership. And I would just like to say how much the Community Foundation of Southern Arizona has helped Ajo to promote health and nutrition through our gardening activities. We've learned a lot of lessons. We've been working collectively, and over the past 4 years, we have found that we need more physical bodies to help us accomplish what we're doing. So we're always struggling to bring more volunteers in, but the good news is we have learned a lot of lessons, and we are actively promoting growing our own soil now through composting, with more plans to compost here. And we have brought healthy, chemical-free food to many people in our community.
Ajo is out in the middle of the Sonoran Desert. We're 2 hours from Phoenix, we're 2.5 hours from Tucson, and we are what is classified as a food desert. Most of the food that people eat in Ajo has to come from elsewhere. There really hasn't been local agriculture, at least since the O'odham stopped doing dry farming in the washes. So about 4 years ago, there were a lot of independent groups in Ajo working on, their own separate food projects. There were people doing gardens. We were working on culinary entrepreneurship program. There were backyard gardens, community gardens, people thinking about a farm, people raising chickens, but everybody was working separately. And the Community Foundation put out a call for nonprofits and community groups interested in collaboration. And many of us in Ajo responded with an interest, and we went to several workshops the foundation put on and decided to come together around the dream that we could actually create a local food system in Ajo by working together instead of by working separately. We were very fortunate. We won the grant from the Community Foundation, $225,000 for 3 years. And we were able then to leverage that and to obtain a couple of other important grants from USDA, Community Food Projects and Hunger-Free Communities. So with those resources and by working together, we think we have actually begun to really succeed at creating a local food system.
Actually, the food systems have really helped with Ajo. It helps with the nutrition, it helps with getting outside and getting in the sun, it helps with activity. In another hat that I wear, I chair the Community Garden Consortium, and there we've had an individual join, and all she did was plant fresh fruits and vegetables, eat them out of her garden, and her A1C, which is how you measure your diabetes, decreased to a point where she no longer needed any kind of medication. So that's one concrete example of how important it is to focus on nutrition. What I'm most appreciative of is the school garden, because then it's getting to the children. I actually have parents calling me and saying, hey, I had to buy more vegetables this week. So it's really been a positive experience.
The Community Foundation has brought us so much support. At times we thought, well, we don't need that, but truly we did need it. It is so helpful. It's sometimes you need an outsider to come in and guide you gently through the processes.
After 3 years, we feel that we have begun to make a difference here in Ajo. Our goal was to impact the health and well-being for the Ajo community, and we do have many people now eating fresh foods out of the garden. The amount of square footage in gardens every year is doubling. We have 2 more years ahead of us thanks to the Community Foundation, and a local economy is springing up around food. There's a farmer's market once a month. This year it'll go to twice a month. People are canning, people are selling their foods. So tune in, there's more to come.